So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. We had another big round of thunderstorms and heavy rain last night. The pond is still holding, but barely. Filled to the brim and running over the top. This is on the to-do list for sure. But right now I'm taking the skid loader and grapple down to my mom's place, and then I'm going to leave it down there, go back up to the house and get the Avant, and we're going to do our best to make a huge brush pile disappear. Alright, back up at the house. We're going to take the Avant down now and get started. We're going to take the road down with the Avant. It's about a, I don't know, mile and a half driving around. We'll try out rabbit gear here on the hardtop. I don't think we'll get it up to 18, but we'll see see if it gets bouncy or not. So far, smooth as can be. Yeah, it definitely gets down the road. See how it does pulling this hill here in high range. Not bad. Not bad at all. I even got turn signals and everything on this. Probably close to being legal. I think it rides as good as my pickup. All right, I'm just checking this spot out right here. What I'm going to be doing is this. This is my sister's driveway right here. My mom's driveway splits off and goes up the hill. Well, up around the bend, I've got a big pile of brush there, and we're going to take it from up there and just tuck it back in the woods down here. It's not real close to the house up there, but it's kind of close to the driveway. And I needed the Avant, because even though I have the grapple on the skid loader, there's like whole trees in there that are 30-40 feet long, and I wouldn't be able to carry them down the driveway and make this turn. Just way too long. So we'll use this just to go into the pile, pull it out closer to the road, and then it's going to take a little time. We're going to have to kind of pick through it with the Avant and that timber grab, and there'll probably be some cleanup when we're done. Might even bring a tractor down with a bucket or the land plane or something. We'll see. This is quite the mess I got going on here. I should have brought the excavator down. I may still have to go get it. We'll see. But it's like a swamp down in here. With that Avant, I can probably get my tires out to about here. Telescope the boom out a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all or not. We'll have to see. Alright, I got back from my mom's place a couple hours ago. Had a little dinner, and then I've been down here cutting some wood. This is some of that wood that I got yesterday. I got a load of firewood poles. Got a little bit cut up here. We'll keep adding to this and split this up tomorrow. I only went through about, I don't know, 10 or 12 so far. Quite a bit of wood right there, and I like that size. You know, the smallest stuff in there is probably 7-8 inches up to 15. Really nice, you know, you can handle it. You're not killing yourself. But before it gets dark, I'm gonna run back down to my mom's place with the land plane, touch up her driveway. I just put the bucket on here. Check this out. It's sitting on the ground down there, and that grew up right through those holes. All right, it is first thing in the morning. We've got rain on the way, and we also have another load of logs on the way. So what I was doing here this morning, we're gonna cut some more wood, and we're gonna split a bunch today. And I wanted to bring some of these poles from that pile right over there to make room for the next load. The next load is all gonna be almost all red oak, both firewood and some saw logs. So he's gonna have to set them right on there. There's still a lot of wood left here. There's a good 4 cords at least, maybe even 5 cord of wood left in this pile right here. But I'm gonna cut a little bit more. Levi's out picking a few things up. He'll come down later. And then we've got daughter Eva's boyfriend. He's gonna help split some wood today too. So I think we may actually fire up both splitters, the Split Force and the Wolfe Ridge. All right, here comes the load of logs. We'll get a look here, see what they look like. I'm glad he got here before the rain. That's exactly what I was looking for. I'd say this is a mix of half firewood poles and half saw logs. Looks like some pretty nice ones. All red oak except for one hickory. He called me when he was loading. He said, "You want a hickory?" I said, "Yeah, send it." Oh, look at those. That right there, firewood right there. See this truck, I can't get over what it lifts. I know what that stuff weighs, you know, like that one, the bigger one that he just grabbed right there. Like my excavator will handle that no problem, but 2 or 3 of them at a time, there's no way. And this thing here, it just grab and go. Yeah, that's that hickory here. It looks like I'll get 1 saw log out of it at the bottom. Maybe 2 actually, yeah. And then firewood. He's gonna set that one off the side there. Pretty good on that. Actually, that hickory, once they get on the ground, they look bigger. I could get 3 out of there, 3 saw logs. We got a handful there. Alright, Bill's on his way out. That's a very nice load. I'd say it's about half and half. Saw logs and firewood. Nothing huge that's kind of hard to deal with, but really nice stuff. I love red oak. I do. I just love it. I got Levi and John are splitting. And Mark from Avant is here. He's picking up those couple attachments that he dropped off the other day. I wanted to show you this little 640 that he has on the trailer. This little bugger here has a lift capacity, I think he said around 2,300 pounds. Pretty impressive. And this obviously has the different tires on it from the one that I rented. Oh, it's a cute little thing. This one has the weights on the back. So it has been a busy morning so far. A couple visitors, load of logs, got a bunch of firewood split. We probably knocked out a couple cords there pretty fast, real fast actually. For a while there, Levi was running the split force by himself, and John and I were running the Wolfe Ridge. I think I'm going to cut some more, and we'll do the same thing for tomorrow. Let's see if it's piling up on these baskets here. Yeah, a little bit. When we split tomorrow, we'll raise the conveyor on the Wolfe Ridge so it drops down in there, and then the split force can keep filling up that side over there. I still need to make a floor for this last bay here in the woodshed. I have that one back there, but I'm going to pull that out. We'll use that to stack lumber on, and then I'll make all one piece like I did these other ones. I've got a little white pine on the mill right now. I'm sorry, red pine. I think we'll start off with that. Just make it out of pine. It should last really long time being under roof like this and sitting on stone, not on the dirt. The floor in here was made out of red oak and I think maple. But what I'd like to do, put a floor in here and fill this entire bay with just red oak. It won't be ready for next winter. It would be the following year. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All red oak in this one. Alright, just cut 10 2x6s. They're 6 inches wide, 1.5 inches thick. I'll use these for the floor in the woodshed. That'll get me 5 feet. So I'll need one more log to finish the floor, and I'll also put some stringers, saw some stringers out of that as well. Nice having a bunch of logs around for when you need some lumber. I'm going to take a little break here. I want to read a couple comments from the last video. I got a kick out of this one. This guy is not a hater or anything like that. He had a legitimate question. He said, with all this equipment now, Mike, are you getting any exercise? I'm just saying it's not any good for a man to be sitting all the time. It seems like you take a ride everywhere you go and don't do any walking anymore. That tells me I do a very good job with my videos. If someone like off in the distance was watching me throughout the day, they'd think I was crazy. They'd have no idea what I was doing. Like I said before, I am a one-man band when it comes to videos. Maybe 2 to 5% of the video that you actually see may be somebody else with a camera just to get some close-ups while I'm moving the equipment. But what you don't see on camera is me getting off the machine, running a camera maybe 100 yards out the trail to get a 2 or 3 second clip. Picking that camera up, moving it another 100 yards, running back to the machine, getting on it. That's all I do is move around, climbing in and out of equipment and moving cameras. And it slows me down quite a bit. It does. I could get way more work done if I wasn't filming it all. Like yesterday, I had 2 machines down at my mom's place, a little over a half mile down there, I guess. I took the skid loader down the trail, the Avant, I drove it around. So let's see, take the skid loader down, walk up, get the Avant, take it down, bring it up, walk back down. Yeah. In an average day, I don't even know. I start usually at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not really moving around too much. I do computer work. Usually from 5 till 7-ish, and then kind of get things started throughout the day. But last time I had one of those things that count your steps, if that matters. I average about 18,000 a day. I usually don't stop moving until about 10 o'clock at night, and then I put something on TV, and I fall asleep in about 2 minutes. And I sleep hard. I do. The other night, we had these storms. And the next morning, Melissa's telling me about it. Eva was telling me about it. Said there was lightning all over the place. Never heard a word. Never heard a sound. I was out like a light. Other comment that kept coming up. I knew I would see this when I was burning that brush out there, that I burn and waste a lot of firewood. Well, I am convinced, without a doubt, I'm getting this firewood thing figured out. Yes, I burned some wood that could be used as firewood, but looking at the big picture, I'm trying to conserve our most valuable resource, and that is time. We all only have so much time, you know what I mean? And I hate to sound like I'm wasteful and I don't care, but here's the way it is. I had 2 loads of logs delivered this week. We already went through half a load. We probably split 3 or 4 cords of wood this morning, and between cutting and splitting, I bet you I had 2.5 hours personally, and Levi and John had about an hour and a half each. That's it for like 3 or 4 cords of wood. Everything that I burn up in that brush pile for firewood would not have made 1/3 of a cord of wood. It wouldn't. All that small stuff. And so, yeah, some wood gets wasted. And you also need that wood for fuel to try to burn the stumps. I got probably half the stumps burned out there. There's a bunch more to go. But that's why I do that kind of stuff. I just don't, I try to prioritize my time, you know, and just get as much done as I can with as much time as I have each day. And you're always playing the weather too. You know what I mean? Everything you do is based on the weather. But yeah, that comment about the sitting around, I thought that was pretty funny because, you know, you see the finished product of a video, the actual work. I don't think you want to see me just walking and setting up a camera somewhere, or you know, I'll be down here, I got to go take Hunter, I run up to the house, we'll go somewhere. The other night, it was probably 10 o'clock at night. I was getting ready to go to bed, and I couldn't find this camera, the one that I'm using right now. So I go over the building, I'm looking around, can't find the camera. Then I realized I left it out in the woods. So there I am with the flashlight out in the woods, 10 o'clock, 10:15 at night. So I do get my steps in. I will tell you that. I could stand to lose a few pounds. My problem with that is I like to eat, and I eat at the wrong time because there's days I don't eat anything all day. I'll just drink some water and go about my day. And then when I go in the house and I'm shutting her down for the day, it's like Shark Week. I'm starving. If I could get that in line, which I need to work on that, I'd be a lot better off. But yeah, I don't eat all day. And then, man, it's on. I'm hungry by the end of the day. So that's the story on the exercise. But yeah, that was pretty funny. The other thing I wanted to mention, there were some people talking about, and they were nice about it, you know, about the emitting carbon into the air when I'm burning that brush. And I have often wondered about this, and I'm not going to remember all of it. Someday I'm going to get you this guy on camera. But I have a friend of mine. He's a professor at Pitt, and I don't even know what he does. He is a super smart guy when it comes to science. Last time he was over here, he was talking about nanotechnologies and some of the things that they're working on. Way over my head on all that. But I asked him this question. I said, because everybody talks about carbon, aka plant food, basically. There's only so much carbon in wood, and that carbon is going to get released no matter if you burn it or if it decomposes. You know what I mean? The same amount of carbon is going to get released either way. If you burn it, it's going to be released faster. If you just chip it and leave it lay on the ground or use it for mulch, it's going to decompose and emit, carbon into the atmosphere. And like I said, I want to get him on camera to explain it all much better than I could. Now, if you were to bury it, it would not release that carbon into the atmosphere. So you could dig a bunch of holes all over the place and bury the wood and basically make that property unusable because you'd have sinkholes everywhere, but you would not be emitting carbon in the atmosphere. And then when you chip, you're running a big diesel engine chipping, so you got to factor that in as well. It's a whole thing. It is. And he explained it better than I could. And like I said, I'll get him on camera one day. But like a fire like I had out there, it was a good fire. It was. There was hardly any smoke at all, and just hot cooking. Got rid of all that stuff and stumps and roots, and I love a good fire. I really do. I know a lot of people don't like burning and they get all worked up about it, but there's nothing like it if you haven't had a good brush fire. I'm telling you, pile that stuff up and you see all that work it would take to get rid of that gone. Love it.